and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, proud, lame, certified beta male, simmer and giant, whatever it is, no game. The socially awkward nerd, Christian Paul, speaking at your service. This following episode contains graphic content that could be uncomfortable to some viewers, that could be like disheartening, not safe for work, that type of ordeal. It could offend some viewers in some way without any intent at all. It could be strong language. It could be basically strong graphic scenes, however it may be. There will be an E that's actually placed onto the top label up on the YouTube set, and it can basically require either viewers for a minimum 13 up, or in some cases, depending on YouTube's policy, it could be 18 up or however it may be. Please take notice before we get on with the presentation. Alright, viewer discretion advised. Now let's get back to the teaching.
Oh, there it is. There we go. There we go. Alright. For one thing, Preach is married who is, he's married to a woman who is, from what I understand, Preach's wife is, let's say, less than desirable, right? A woman that leaves a lot to be desired. You just really have to be careful talking about someone else's woman or women when your woman is, well, who she is. Abba, straight up, my nigga, you pay for pussy, and that's all there is to it, bruh. It would behoove you to keep your mouth shut about men doing quite literally the opposite.
How we met. The honest truth.
With no cap, we met on Seeking. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Seeking arrangements. Is that true?
That is true.
Myron and Fresh both admitted, hey, you know what? Hey, look. We got a little bit carried away. Our bad. They owned it. And they copped to it. I'm not fresh and fit. Preach, your wife is a fucking fat ass. I'm gonna say that one more fucking time. Preach, your wife is a fucking fat ass. And if you have a problem with it, then you can challenge me to a boxing match. And I will fuck you up. And you know it.
Do you see? Do you see? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Alright. Let me move this mic up a bit here, and so that I can try and get the center of attention here so they can feel what I'm saying. Welcome to another episode of the Nerd Chronicles. Okay. This is your host, proud, lame, certified beta male, simmer and giant with no game, the socially awkward nerd, up in the space, Christian Paul. Okay, and I came by to try to give, I'm gonna try and make this as short as I possibly can get when it comes to this whole ordeal. And it sums up, as the great Kevin Samuels would say, may God rest his soul. Beefing, unfortunately, is bad for business. You can actually constructively criticize someone and all that stuff, but going all the way to the extreme, actually giving them ad hominems and all these other stuff, and saying you're gonna fight this person, however it may be, and all this other nonsense stuff is literally childish. It's petty. It's nonsensical. This is beyond ridiculous. And I'm actually gonna go to like a much deeper point as well. You can definitely try to go at him. That's like, oh, the person that you got beef with. That's like one thing. But when you involve family, when you involve a wife, when you involve a husband, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, You involve kids, you involve a fiance, you involve parents in this. That had nothing to do with this whole ordeal. That's clearly out of bounds. And you cross the line at that point. You actually just cut right through the line, breaking it up in half. That's literally way beyond borders. That's like way beyond retrieval. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen some of these dudes, some of these cookie moisturizers. Cookie moisturizer! Some eggplant moisturizers really actually go beyond, really go below the belt towards certain family members. Literally going below the belt just to try to actually get at the guy that they have issues with. You know what I mean? That's literally a shame. Just because they got no views and they're desperate for attention, they're desperate for validation and all this other stuff, and they really have to literally steep to this low level. And it absolutely disgusts me. Okay? You know, even try to rate a significant other, a significant spouse, whether or not he or she is like off the market. You never ever do that. Okay? Never ever disrespect someone's wife or husband that you don't even know, never even bother even weighing them as well. If they are off the market, if they got someone, if they're taken, and you try to go for that low blow, you are done. Alright? It's uncalled for, it's unnecessary, it's nonsensical, it's childish, it's extremely petty, it's extremely disrespectful. If they've done nothing to you. Now, if that person really done something to you, that may be different, but I still suggest not even bother talking to that person whatsoever and keeping them out your mouth. Okay? They got issue with you whatsoever, just walk away, just fully ghost them. You ain't gotta go like literally that far. Because take it this way, right? There's certain wives that, you know, some of these content creators have, and some husbands that some of these content creators have, you know, that I could actually try and say, but I'm not gonna actually discuss that here, because it would be unethical of me. It would actually be disrespectful for me to literally do so. Because what if this happened to your wife? What if this happened to your girlfriend? If someone says stuff to your wife, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, or your husband, however it may be. What if they something like this is said how towards your kids, right? Towards your fiance? How would that make you feel, right? And this is just a food for thought. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being polite on this. I'm being very firm on this whole deal. It's just to please keep uninvolved family out of this whole facade and whole fracas, however it may be. Don't waste your time trying to rate these dudes that are actually taking that off the market. You know, they're really out of the zone, they're off the market. You know, if they're not really interested in you and all that stuff, why the heck should you care? Why waste your time with them if they're not even interested in you like that and they're already taken? Go focus on all these other single bachelors or bachelorettes, however it may be. Go focus on people on the single market that you can try to rate and actually trying to give like a good ranking literally behind the scenes that you keep to yourself, whether or not he or she basically fits into your program, however it may be, or complements your personality, complements your style, however it may be, right? So that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And Kevin Samuels actually gave a great example. Now, if that spouse, that fiance, or that kid would like to be ranked or would like to be rated, that's a different story. But if they haven't even discussed it, if they only want to bother it and they're off the market, just let them be. As simple as that. You know? And with that, you know, I just want to try and give a quick message out there. I'm about to actually just literally go hit the shower after actually coming back from a very quick vacation, a very quick fun vacation, might I add. Now I'm literally looking to recover after a very, very early morning flight. So let me just step up out of here. You know, Chris and Paul from the Nerd Chronicles signing out. Deuces. Good night.
It was blood clots and shit. I'm old. And we might need to get 911 over there. So.
Let me tell you. You see, let me tell you why I love the universe, and I am a firm believer of the universe.
Okay.
Listen, I wanted to get on and talk to you for a very long time.
Is that right?
That's very right.
What we got?
So I want to know what you gotta, you know, let's have this real talk. Because I know a lot of times when people will speak to you, it's like they trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you call somebody trying to be funny, yes, I feel if you call somebody trying to be funny, then don't be mad at what you get. If you call somebody that, you know, and you're really trying to, you know, sincerely ask questions or get information or chat, then that's different. So I want to talk to you.
Okay. What are we talking about?
Well, what do you rate me?
Is that what we're starting off with?
Yeah.
Do you think the men rate women?
No, I thought, because isn't that what you do?
What have you seen of my content? Have you just seen like the clips?
Yeah. I think I always see people calling you and then you tell them you ain't no such and such. You lying to yourself. You ain't this. You know.
What I typically don't do is I don't typically rank people. I ask if they rank themselves. I usually ask these questions.
So let's start it that way.
Yeah.